Hi everyone, so with the fall semester coming up, I thought it would be appropriate to make a little video on my experiences going to a community college and just going to college in general, I suppose. So I'm transferring to a 4-year this semester, and I have around a month left before I actually have to move out, and I was just kind of contemplating about my time doing my first 2 years of college. And just as a little backstory, I was really focused on school basically all my life, so going to a community college didn't really stop me from, getting good grades and just doing what I had to do. So I was able to finish within my 2 years, and I stayed on track. The last semester I did have to take 18 units just because I never talked to a counselor, which I kind of regret, but I mean, I was able to get it done, so no biggie. It was just kind of a little bit really stressful. But anyway, so something that I really enjoyed about going to college out of high school was having my solitude. It was not weird at all, just being by yourself, going from class to class, eating by yourself during the gap, which is kind of like weird, but I really like that. I like that I could just do what I wanted, basically, not have to, I don't want to say like rely on other people, but I didn't have to like plan my day with somebody else. If I was hungry, if I wanted to like leave, if I wanted to bring my own food, like I just didn't have to check in with anybody, you know what I mean? So it was really nice because it wasn't weird being by yourself like it was in high school. I was just in my own little world, so that was pretty awesome, I would have to say. And I really enjoyed the way that I had my schedule set up. So for the majority of my time at my college, I had school Tuesdays and Thursdays. I was there all day, but I had all of the other days off. So that's when I would go to work and just get my homework done, hang out. And it worked out really well. It was not until my final semesters when I had to change my schedule to Monday and Wednesday, which sucked because it was just different, and it was a little bit more stressful getting my homework done because of the timing. I wasn't able to get Sundays off from work a lot of the time like I would when I had my Tuesday Thursday schedule. I had Mondays to do my homework, so it was just kind of inconvenient for me, but it wasn't too much of a big deal. But it was awesome just having to go to school 2 times a day, and I'll have it be Monday through Friday, 8 to 3. Like, it varied, so sometimes I would get off earlier than other days, but that varied from semester to semester depending on how my classes were set up, obviously. And something that I really enjoyed was that I was kind of thrown into a more diverse, not necessarily cultural crowd, but very diverse personalities and age group. So that was pretty cool because obviously when you're in high school you're mostly taking classes with people your age, but going into college you're there with people that are a lot older, maybe a few years older, and then like there's like the rare super old like 80-year-old or 50-year-old, which was really interesting. And I feel like something that I really enjoyed too was that I didn't really have to deal with like the really immature guys and girls. I mean, of course there's gonna be like the weird ones in your class, but for the most part like everybody's there to get school done, and you don't really have to worry about like having that class clown that's gonna like totally fuck up your class session. I don't know, but I just feel like going into college kind of forces you to mature. Like, not that I was immature or anything, but my classmates were a lot calmer just because most of the time teachers didn't really take your shit, and they would call you out on it, so that was pretty cool. But some of the things that I didn't like was that there was no school pride where I attended school, so it was kind of like boring being there. And I mean I can't really blame them because it was a commuter school for the most part, so I feel like it would be really hard to create that sense of pride. But that's something that I wish there was more of, and there wasn't that many clubs or just like events that my school hosted, so it was kind of like boring. Like it was just literally just going to school. It was just hard like really participating or engaging in school stuff. And being a commuter student, I feel like it was super hard to like meet friends. I didn't really meet too many people going there, and I'm hoping that changes once I transfer out, because I'm gonna be living in a completely new city. Well, not new city to me, but I'm gonna be moving out 8 hours away, so I hope that I can kind of like rebuild my little group of friends, because I didn't really have that in my first 2 years of college. So that was kind of sucky. I mean, it wasn't really that big of a deal because I had work, so it was kind of like, it just wasn't that big of a deal to me. But I mean, I miss having people to hang out with and having my friends here. And then one last thing, which is kind of funny to say, but you actually have to worry about your grades when you go to a community college, because if you plan on transferring out, you have to have a good like academic record to get accepted into wherever you're gonna apply to. So like my last semester I was taking 18 units, and I was really stressing out that I had to pass every class, just because I had a few like hard classes that I couldn't really divert my attention away from, and it was just really hard. Like I felt like I couldn't breathe because of everything. Like I was just drowning in everything that I had to do, and I mean I was still working, so it was pretty tough. But I mean, luckily I got it done and I passed everything, and I got accepted into where I wanted to go, so that was really awesome. But going straight to a 4-year university, I mean, as long as you pass, you're good. But you know, you don't want to, but you know, if you plan on transferring out, you don't want to have a record of just getting straight C's, you know, because then the likelihood of you getting in to where you want to go is, you know, it's just not as good. But I have no regrets of going to a community college after high school. I mean, I really loved my school, and I'm gonna be so sad leaving it behind. It's like so surreal not going back there again, like as a full-time student. And I'm really excited for what the future holds. It's gonna be the first time that I move out, so it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a shock to me. But yeah, I hope that kind of the reputation that community colleges get improves, just because it's not bad. I mean, if you're very oriented and you know what you need to get done, you can get it done. It's just a matter of you actually making the effort. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I just kind of wanted to talk about my experience, and I hope that many of you are not discouraged to go to community college and not embarrassed. I mean, it is, I don't want to say embarrassing, but it is a little bit disappointing having to go to a community college. But I'm like super proud of where I went to, and I'm super proud that I actually got out in time. I made it in the 2 years that I was supposed to. I stayed on track, so that was super awesome. And now I get to transfer out. And I did it for a fraction of the price, you know, so that's really awesome. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a really good day. Thank you. I also totally forgot to add, if you guys have any questions about college, transferring, anything of that sort, go ahead and feel free to comment down below or message me if you'd like. Any video suggestions or anything, feel free to ask, and thanks again for watching.